at all. So let me very quickly summarize some important things that I think, looking back to myself as a younger person, what would I say? What would I say to myself as a younger person, not having been where I am now? What have I learned now? What would I say to that young person? Look, this is what you need to know. And I'd like to say them in a few nuggets. First, own your life. Please own your life. Be who you want to be. In the realm of law, in the realm of dispute resolution, be yourself. Not everyone is cut out to be SAN. Not everybody is cut out to be the greatest barrister. Not everybody is cut out to be the greatest transactional lawyer. But it's a very wide field. Own yourself. Be yourself. Where are you best? Not where makes money most, but what flows naturally to you. What flows naturally to you? You may think that, oh, you are actually a natural barrister, but really, what it actually is that you are a person who is excellent at marshalling arguments. And actually, it's not that, in fact, you're good at marshalling arguments. You're actually a great negotiator. And who knows, you might actually be better off, as you may be more cut out for transactional work than for litigation. There was a time in my younger days, I foolishly thought that if you were a very brilliant person, you're a brilliant lawyer, you would be a barrister. And if you were not so brilliant, to be what we used to call a desk lawyer. I thank God I have learned different. Every aspect of every profession, every aspect of the legal profession has the brightest minds and can make do with the brightest minds. It is not the section itself, but it is what you bring to it. A friend of mine used to say to me years ago that if he became a charge and bail lawyer, he says if he does charge and bail law, charge and bail would become expensive because only the brightest and best would do it. That is how confident he was as to who he was and who he could be. So own your life. Be yourself. Don't copy any other person. Be unique. Take time. Meditate. Spend a lot of time in reflection daily. Who are you? Where are your strengths? Own your life. Let no one else dictate to you, this is the happening thing now. This is what is on now. You can begin something yourself. Be yourself. Number 2, do not ever regret. Do not ever regret. Do not ever look back. Do not look backwards. Constantly press forward. Yes, are there some things that I have done in life that I'm not very happy about? Yes, there are plenty. But am I going to let them hold me back? No, definitely not. Do they have some value for me? Yes, because there's a reason why I failed. There is a reason why I made the mistake. There's a reason why the things did not work out as they ought to have worked out. There's a reason where I am not where I should be, or I had not been where I should be at that time. What are those reasons? One of the things that I have taken away from my days at King's College, my alma mater, is a line in our school song that says, if you fail, look closely. Seek the reason why. And why do you seek the reason why? 2 reasons. Number 1, if you know the reason you failed, then you will be able to avoid the thing that made you fail so that in future you can be successful. Number 2, if you seek the reason why, you will understand why you failed and others succeeded. Look at them and see what is it. No wonder they succeeded while you failed. So let your failures, the things that you did not achieve, let them be an opportunity to learn, to build, and to move on. Learn, build, and move on. Let it be an opportunity to learn, to build or rebuild, and move on. But do not sit there. Do not regret. Number 3, nothing is ever late. In fact, I've often said that the word late is exclusively human. It's exclusively human. In the realm of the divine, in the realm of the supernatural, outside of here, you realize that time is relative. Time, like, was it Einstein who said that actually all things are relative to the speed of light? Maybe I quote that wrongly, but he talked about this theory of relativity. Without being unduly sanctimonious, we serve a God. We believe in a God who was, who is, and is to come, ever present, ever future, yesterday the same forever, never changing. Everything always now. Now is the time. It is never too late. If there's any dream you have, if there's anything you want to achieve, if there's anything you want to become, if there's anything you've not done for the last 70 years and you want to begin it in your 71st year, start. Well, now, who knows how many more years I have to live? Who knows? The person who was at 30, who might have thought he had 50 years to live, may have died the year after. And the person who started at the age of 35 and thought, oh, well, I may not live long, is probably still alive at the age of 90. So don't ever think anything is late. Whatever you want to do, whatever you're inspired to do, as it is laid on your heart, what do? Start it. If you had not done it before, if you had tried to do it before you have failed, remember what I said? Look back. Seek the reason why. Others went before you. They attained the light. And this is where it is important to find mentors. And there are 2 types of mentors I find. There are mentors that are here with us physically all the time, around us. Look, as a young person, don't be too proud. Find some senior. Find some senior, especially one who appears to be succeeding in the things that you want to succeed in as well. Try and find out from them, not only just by questioning, but even sometimes by watching them. Be around them. Sit with them. You know, the Yorubas have a proverb that says, well, a child who learns how to wash his hands will sit with elders. Learn to wash your hands. Learn to sit down. Learn to find someone at whose feet you can learn. They have succeeded. Be with them. Even if they're not trained mentors and they don't know how to do it, just have conversations with them. Ask them questions. Ask the right questions. Don't just say, now, wow, hey, you are a millionaire. Hey, me too, I must be a millionaire. How did you do it? No, that won't. In fact, some people actually will shy away from you. But be their friend. Be close to them. Serve them. Yes, did I say that? Serve them. Help them. See what you can do to assist them in what they do. Be useful in their life. Listen to them. When they give you instructions, then, I'm trying to do this. I noticed you've done this. How did you do it? And this is where the importance of building relationships comes in. You see, relationships are not just about friendships. Relationships are, I find from experience, 3 types. There's the relationship that is just a person that you just want to be your chum, your friend. We go dancing together, we go singing together, we go watching movies together, we read the same books. That's good. There are relationships that are relationships because you want to learn from them. You know, Yorubas say that, if you put leaf to wrap soap for a long time, after a while the leaf itself becomes soap. They say birds of the same feather flock together. They say, show me your friend, I'll tell you who you are. If you move with people who are successful, who are disciplined, who are focused, it will rub off on you as well. And many times, the best people to rub it off on you are people who are ahead of you. And I'll tell you one thing that many young people don't like to learn. If you want to get plenty from a mentor, serve him, serve her. Serve him, serve her. Can I do this for you? Can I do this for you? Can I do this for you? As you do it, I'll say, no, you can't do it that way. Oh, no, it doesn't work that way. You are learning, take your notes. Not everybody has gone through a mentoring course who really knows how to mentor. So force the mentorship out of them. So you build a relationship that focuses on, that gives you an opportunity to learn. Now, there is a third relationship, which is one in which both of you become so close that when it comes to doing things, they will look to you first, not because you are the best professional in that field, not because you are the most competent, but because you are their friend. Because I tell you, people always trust their friends. One of my most interesting assignments I've had as a lawyer in private practice came to me because a friend of mine who was involved in an investment in Nigeria, and was a major investor, he had never been to Nigeria before then. When his friends were coming to set up the business in Nigeria, his condition for investing, he said, I have a friend, Yemi Akisoya. Go meet him, this is his number. My condition for investing and for being with you is that Yemi Akisoya is your lawyer and is involved. And I must tell you in all humility, I didn't even think I was the most competent lawyer available for that transaction. But you can see the importance of friendship and relationship. There are many people who have succeeded, who have gained great talents, great clients, not on the basis of their expertise. The expertise is just the icing on the cake. But the most important thing is the relationship. When people need help, when people need a lawyer, when people need an advisor, when they need a consultant, the first place they look for are who are their friends. Therefore, please make a very strong effort to build and to cultivate your friendships. That same friend of mine that I talked to you, that I mentioned, till today, this is maybe going on 12, maybe it's about 26 years now that we've been friends. And every single year on my birthday, he sends me an email and an e-card. And anytime I pass through London, we must meet together. He asks me all the time, when we're passing through. He didn't come much into this part of the world, but the time that another mutual friend of ours had to do something out in the eastern part of Nigeria, he said, Yemi, are you going? I said, yes. He said, then I will go with you. That is the importance of a good relationship. He was not talking to me, and I'm not trying to be falsely modest. I was not the best lawyer for him at that time. But it was me he trusted because he had a relationship with me. So build relationships. They're the foundation of success in your professional life. You notice all the Bill Gates and the rest of them, before you know it, they're talking to Dangote and the rest of them. It's not because, like Yorubas would say, no, but because they realize that their common interests. They have built up a relationship. That relationship has gone beyond being fellow billionaires to, I'm sure, having lunch together, flying their planes together, and doing things together. Relationships are important. Now, I said a mentor can be a formal mentor. And please, you can write a letter to someone and say to the person, I want you to be my mentor. But if you say, I want you to be my mentor, be prepared to be a mentee. There are some people who have written to me to say, or who've come to me and say, please, will you be my mentor? And I've said yes. And when I've set them a little task to do just as a way of trying to do my work, they've shied back. I said, no, then you're not looking for a mentor. If you're looking for me to give you connections, no, that is not what a mentor is. A mentor is someone with whom you have a relationship from which you can learn. And it is very important because just as this topic says, I can look back now. There is much I have learned from my experience. You don't have to fall over the same ditch that I fell over. That is the beauty of mentoring. You don't have to make the same mistakes that I made. And even if you must make them, you don't have to make them to the extent or in the way that I made them. Permit me to quote from scriptures. King David said, I have been young and now I am old. I have never seen the righteous forsaken. You see, there's something about old age. There's something about experience. And the benefit of experience is the person who has learned from that experience can share the experience with you. And you don't have to repeat the same mistakes. But because we are human, no matter how well you are mentored, no matter how you care, you are still going to make some mistakes. And like I said, don't regret. Let the mistakes be a learning curve for you. Learn, build, move on. But then what that also means that, okay, fine. As you also are growing and you're learning, what's happening? You are growing, you are learning. You are also making mistakes, you are learning from your errors. Oh, there are other people coming behind you. Please, become a mentor too. Become a mentor. It is by your being mentored and you being a mentor and we all together building up the values that are common to us, the principles, the standards that are common to us, that will begin to become the best that we can become. And you will never be too late to be the person you needed to be. You are never too late. Late is a human expression. Late is never relevant in the things that we do. Whatever you discover, started, begin, move forward. Success is not money, you know. Success is not money. Oh, if you do what you are doing and you do it well, especially if you satisfy the needs that are present, and people can see the value of that, you will make money. You will be rich. You'll be at least comfortable. You may be very rich, depending on what it is you're doing. But there's some other things that may not necessarily bring money. An entrepreneur in industry might tend to become very wealthy very fast. But maybe a teacher, a lecturer, may not appear to be that rich. But success is the inner satisfaction you have of pursuing your goal and succeeding in it. And you see, in so doing, by working as a mentor and being mentored, what I find it has done in my life is that you can see a line. You can see a line through. Even though you may seem to be doing different things, you'll find that your life is a continuous representation of that which is moving towards one common goal. It may seem a little bit different here and there, but it's the same thing. And that is what I define as a career. Career is not sitting on the same spot for 40 years. I mean, if where you're sitting is not consistent with what your heart's desire is, what your innate goal, your dream, who you are really born to be, if it's not consistent with that job, don't sit down there for 40 years, because at the end of 40 years, when you leave, you'll just be beginning what you should be doing. But so a career is not defined by the place or by the number of years you stay there. A career is actually is the consistent line you can draw that shows that you are moving forward in what you're doing, you are growing in it, you are expanding in it, and not only are you growing and expanding in it, you can see yourself excelling and exceeding the goals that have been set by those whom you are following, that is your mentors, and you are setting new standards and goals that can be followed by those who are following you, called your mentees. And that, for me, is what your career is about. So it is not a matter of where you're jumping to, where you're staying. So don't just think, if I work in this new place for 2 years, if I get another job, they pay me 20,000 there, I move. They pay me 30,000 there, I move. They pay me 40,000 there, I move. You may find that you are missing the point. If the reason you're moving is just because of either more money or better deals, then you are not pursuing your career. You see, a career is a long-term thing. It's your entire life defined along a path that you're traveling. And you must keep your eye always on that goal. And what some of the tools we have are mentoring, coaching, counseling, and also coaching, counseling, and mentoring up and down to others. Well, like I said to you at the beginning, if I had 3 hours, I probably would have just about scratched the surface. But I hope that I have said enough here and there that might provoke questions, may provoke others to want to seek me out, to ask more questions and to explore. I'm very open. I'm available. I'm willing.